Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Throwback Thursday, and this one is just one good one, unlike the other ones, which no one really cares about. But hey, this one might actually be good. On the other hand, it could actually be a. But anyways, today on Throwback Thursday, let's talk about Animorphs, the TV show, and also we'll talk about how they could actually do it better the next go round. One thing we should notice is that when it comes to Animorphs, they actually released. I mean, let me just. Yeah, there we go. They actually released new versions of the books like in 2006, 2012. Yeah, so it's always good to actually note that. Yeah, it's a good idea to note that. Trying to actually make sure I'm able to just check out the whole entire series. Yeah, I can't really actually check it out that much. Oh well. I'm just gonna continue on, and yeah, you can bash me if I do something wrong. Anyways, when it comes to Animorph the TV show, it's just interesting how they didn't actually stay to the end. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like they didn't actually stay to the end. Instead, they just ended it, and then the end actually came like in 2003. And they ended theirs in 2000, so they were like 3 years away from actually getting the true ending. They do have 26 episodes, and I think this is what I was supposed to have clicked. Yeah, they do have 26 episodes, and wow, is that... Okay, they're all together, I think? No, I'm not sure. One second, let me just make sure, because I really need to actually make sure everything's in order. Well, anyways, we got My Name is Jake. My Name is Jake Part 2. Which, that one's supposed to be like the first book. Then Underground, that's based on something as well. On the Run, I think that might be based on one Between Friends. And then you got The Message, that is actually true. The Escape, that might be actually true. The Alien, not really sure. The Capture, that's part 1 and part 2. The Reaction, that one actually is book related. The Stranger, I think, is book related. Forgotten is book related. The Leader, not really sure. Tobias, not really sure. Not my problem, not really. The Release, yes. Face Off, no. Yes, I know, it's a big rundown. Face Off Part 3. My Name is Eric. No. Eric, a member of the Android Race, no, that's the She. Okay. Changes, Part 1, 2, 3. And then the Front is the last one they ever did, right? No, it looks like Changes is the last one they ever did. Apparently, someone put that out of the loop. Good job, idiot. So, with that all said, the thing is that the TV show did a decent job. It's just that there's many things where it wasn't even by the book. I know, when it comes to a TV show, you don't really have to actually go by the book. I can understand that. But on the other hand, it's like, yeah, you can't just change things and then think it's all okie-dory because, my gosh. Not only that, but I would have loved to actually see the 6th member of the Animorphs show. I mean, the 7th member of the Animorphs to show up. The 7th member is a treacherous bastard, and he only existed for 2 books. And Rachel might actually have killed him. Yeah, that's right. Rachel might have actually have killed him. Not only that, but the freaking... I forgot what they were called. Megamorph books? I think that was what it's called. But anyways, they never did any of those. They might have, but they technically never did. Which I was sad. Another thing is that I would have loved to actually have seen the last episode of the book. The last book in episode form. If they would have done it, that would have been cool. Because, well, I would have just liked to have seen it demonstrated. I guess one thing that's kind of crazy is that Sean Ashford actually joined the X-Men roster in 2000. So, if the TV show continued to go on, would he actually have been able to be in all those X-Men movies? Well, he has to wait all the way to 2003. So, technically, I think he would be able to do that starring role. And... oh yeah, and also got one in 2002 as well. So yeah, the first two. So yeah, when it comes straight down to it, the TV show did not. It did deliver, but it didn't deliver that much. Not only that, but the CGI is dated now. It really is dated. The worst part is that the release of the freaking TV show is that, of course, this was still in the VHS era. It was still that. But, my gosh, when I was trying to actually look for it in 2003, which it could be different now, but when I tried to look for it in 2003, the VHS on actual online shops, guess what? They said, what VHS? We have no idea what you're talking about. What VHS, kid? I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, you guys have like at least 3 VHSs of freaking damn Animorphs. And they're like, what VHSs? We never heard of those VHS ones before. Animorphs had a VHS? Really? It's like, what the hell? Anyways, now it's time for the part of how they can do it better. Now it's 2 ways of actually how they can do it better. Number 1, I'm going to say the original one. Number 1 was the original, is that you put it wasn't Discovery Channel at first, but maybe Sci-Fi was the one that was good enough. The Animorph books are kind of more graphic than what you expect kids' books should be. Especially since it was 90s books. Yeah, they can get away with more than what they can do now. So, they'll have to go to the Sci-Fi Channel, and then after that, they just have to actually get like a bunch of freaking animal trainers. I would say do some animal training. You need like lots of animals that train. They did that in Animorphs TV show. At least the good news is that the CGI is very, very decent. Yeah, for Sci-Fi, some of their CGI is crap. But if it's actually a real actual show that's getting lots of funding, then chances are it will be very, very good and it's be awesome rock and roll. Other hand, if they actually just do the same crap of their original movies, then we're basically pretty much screwed over because, my gosh, the original movies was blah. I mean, their CGI on those are blah. Real total blah. My gosh. Yeah, so you have to go by the book. I mean, yeah, they could do some little changes, but I would say if you really need to do some changes, you need to make sure that K.A. Applegate is actually part of it. So it's like she's the executive producer. If she's the executive producer, then that means that you can do whatever you want as long as it's by the book. And she says it's okay, but don't go crazy, you know? Don't just turn, like for instance, Jake is now a girl. It's like, no, don't do that crap. The other interesting part you could do, which will be an interesting special, is that you could just make the original version of Animorphs and make that an actual special that you only show once. And that would be cool. And the original special would just basically mean the original version where I think there was maybe 4 of them. And I think Rachel didn't exist. Instead, it was Jake had a little brother. Yeah, so Jake had a little brother instead of an older brother. And he was a part of the Animorph squad too. So that would have been cool. If they would do everything right, and also the blood, you have to have like blood, you have to make sure it looks graphic. I know they'll have to have battle damage. I'm sorry, but battle damage is very, very special. And it's important in Animorphs. So with all that said, the second one is a good idea, but it's the same exact thing. It's that you do all that, but give it to Netflix. At least in Netflix, they know how to get things done. It's like, yeah, they know how to get things done, and it would be very, very cool. I mean, why not? Just allow Netflix to get it. They do the exact same thing that you're supposed to have done. They are kind of by the book. They'll try their best to fit everything in the book. So, yeah, it's kind of like they're going to do more than what Goosebumps did with some of their books. But on the other hand, it's like, it's going to be hard for them. Yeah, to condense all their books. But the good news is that I think if they make it an hour TV show, we're all good. They could do stuff better in an hour than they could actually do in 30 minutes. So if they're able to do that and they get the key components of the TV show in the book, then I think we have a show that actually is very, very good and is worthy of the Animorphs name. As for the old TV show, is it worth the Animorphs name? Kinda. It kinda is. I mean, it was Animorphs, but they went their own way about it. And it's kind of sad how, unlike Goosebumps, where I'm like, Goosebumps, I'm not like, oh, I need to read a book. I want to just see, I want to read the book now. I really want to read the book now. Of course, there's only one thing in Goosebumps that doesn't have a book on a TV show, which kind of sucks. That's the one that they should actually have done, the TV book special, whatever. But yeah, when it comes to Animorphs, it's like there's some of the freaking episodes where it's like, oh, we just thought of that up all by ourselves. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? So you're telling me I can't read that book? What the frick? Not only that, but I would have liked to actually see. I think they did do a future episode. They did an episode where they went to the future, but not the one that I used to have until my cousin stole it. Yeah, I would have liked to have that book turned into an episode instead of what they decided to do. Well, anyways, that's all. So, what do you guys think? Tell me, do you guys want a new Animorph series? Was the old Animorph series good enough? Or could they have done better? Of course, this is like old graphics, so even if you say it was pretty fine, it's like, well, it's old graphics now. It can't really stand up to anything that we got today, so it'll be cool. And as for Animorphs being a movie-based franchise, I would say no. I would say no. I would not want Animorphs as a movie. Anyways, thank you for watching, and yeah, have a good day.